And hello. I'm Dan Lutz, and welcome to the latest broadcast in WWG1 WGA.love Frontlines. Sorry, I don't have the screen up in the background. I was actually got caught up in Restored Republic via the GCR. I was thinking maybe it might be good to do this on the Dank Live, carry on. But instead, I think what I'll do is I'll cover it here. But there's some other news also important to cover. And that's about the acting defense secretary, Patrick Shanahan, is ousted. I wonder why. So let me go ahead and switch over here. I'm going to pull up a page here. Now, it doesn't look like it was it's like something that happened all of a sudden. And there's some and other news that is caught inside this Restored Republic by the GCR. So that's why I want to kind of cover it here. All right. So here's Donald Trump from 9:59 a.m. on June 18th, 2019. Acting Secretary of Defense Patrick Shanahan, who has done a wonderful job, has decided not to go forward with his confirmation process so he can devote more time to his family. Well, let me just go ahead and retweet that one. Won't add anything. I want to log it in using Twitter to put down some moments that would be interesting, right? So Donald says, I thank Pat for his outstanding service and will be naming Secretary of the Army Mark Asper as a new acting Secretary of Defense. I know Mark. I have no doubt he will do a fantastic job. There we go. So interesting, huh? I see what you did. I see what you did there. I see what you did there. So what is happening here? Now we're waiting for what? We're waiting for, of course, the money to flow from the Manna World Holding Trust, right? We want to start our projects. We're ready to get going. And Patrick Shanahan had a conversation with Kim, and all of a sudden, things are, we're anticipating things to move forward. And now Shanahan's not there anymore. So let's go look at a couple of articles about this. So this is from The Blaze. President Trump announces that acting Secretary of Defense Shanahan has quit and pulled his name from the confirmation proceedings. See, this is a different story, isn't this? He has quit and pulled his name from the confirmation proceedings. So why would he quit? Quite different, right? Than he's decided he's. It's kind of like Trump put it, was very soft, right? So this is quitting is quite a bit of a difference. Right? And we also have Mark Asper. Asper is his new pick as an Army veteran. So what is going on here? We can of course make some guesses, right, about this. As to what is actually the background of this. Now, all along we've seen that there is this battle between the cabal, the banking system, that doesn't want the money to flow. They've initially started with threats to the whole world, saying that they would destroy the world if any country accepted the money. And then the U.S. went ahead and started taking money. And there was other countries that took money, but they don't pay the admin fee. So this is a situation where they don't want to acknowledge that Kim is in power. So they can kind of hide behind the scenes in this way. So Trump has been able to verify that Kim is the one, and he's worked with her, pulling down the funds and putting it through the U.S. Treasury. Great, right? And now we know that the Treasury was cut out of the loop, and the U.S. military was then, acting Treasury Department, right? Because the Mnuchin wasn't allowing this. So this leads into Restored Republic by the GCR. There's some interesting information in there, right? Intel. There's interesting intel that I say, well, let's go through this. I'm gonna I can't speed it up while it's what's on here, but I'm gonna speed it up on my shared screen here on the computer, so we can make it's not long. It's 16 minutes altogether, but I can cut that down. Let's see if we can hear it at 1.5 times speed. I'll go ahead and I'll share my screen as well. Give me a moment. Okay, there we go. Share the screen and play.
Judy note, rumor was that last Thursday, June 13th, by order of the Chinese elders, Trump fired U.S. Treasury Secretary Mnuchin for continually holding.
Yeah, well, that was a little too fast. Let me go. It basically just said that Trump fired Mnuchin. Again.
Up the RV at the request of his cabal fired U.S. Treasury Secretary Mnuchin for continually holding up the RV at the request of his cabal cronies in Congress. With Mnuchin out, new U.S. Treasury Secretary Judy Shelton in. The Chinese were happy and the U.S. was allowed to continue the rollout, the start of which would be in a shotgun approach because of previous problems with cabal interference in prosperity package deliveries. There were 4A and 4B people in Reno who were expecting to be processed Monday, June 17th through Tuesday, June 18th, and made liquid by Tuesday, June 18th, the same Tuesday, June 18th, when the Chinese elders wanted everything completed, as was by coincidence, the same Tuesday, June 18th, when President Trump would make his bid for re-election speech. At any time, individual notification to set appointments could happen using 800 numbers, or by individual contact in text or email. Exchanges and redemptions would begin at designated redemption centers set up by the AIIB. The 800 numbers would function 24/7 and be available to make appointments for the next 10 days, while redemption centers would be open from 7 a.m. to 11 p.m. Appointments could be set within the next 2-3 weeks, after which the internet group window would close as public exchanges began. Evidently, at your appointment, you would be given some of your funds. The rest would be held until the cabal was eradicated, and then your funds would be returned as compensation.
So just to make a point here, if you remember that, Dank actually said a few days ago that, because we were laughing about the GCR moving forward, and he said, well, yeah, maybe they might release a little bit of funds, put a little bit out there, but you'll never get there enough to go and have a party, right? Here's some party money. Go about your business. Oh, see, the GCR is real. We had a party. We had money. We had a special black card. So on.
For use of your monies during this possible 3-6 months, you would be paid high interest rates on the held funds. It would be advisable to have a figure in mind of how much monies you needed during this 3-6 month period.
So again, this is your money, right? They're not going to let you have it for 3 to 6 months. Do they mean tomorrow? They'll let you have it tomorrow, 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 tomorrow. Right? If they do wrangle up some funds, right? And like they throw something onto a trading platform. Let's say 30 billion that was put in there for a little while by Kim last week. Turn that into a program that spits out 10 times, 100 times that. Then turn around and use that as to spread around all the GCR people. You think something like that's possible? Yeah, let's continue.
Restored Republic side, gold needed to settle debt of the United States of America, Incorporated, was acquired during President Trump's recent visit to Japan. The settlement of US debt was required for the restoration of the Republic of the United States of America, a part of GCR compliance. President Trump's the 14th of June speech referred to very big announcements: stock market crash, global currency reset, mass arrests that would take place over the next 2 weeks. Also, over that next 2 weeks, Pentagon sources have said a Deutsche Bank implosion should lead to the collapse of fiat currency and the launch of the quantum financial system, QFS. That meant the U.S. Incorporated would bankrupt, which could show up as a U.S. government shutdown that lead to an announcement of the rebirth of the Republic of the United States of America on the 4th of July 2019. Warning: instructions on how and where to redeem exchange would be published by the powers that be only after RV notification was released. Yet, a certain group leader has told his hundreds of followers worldwide that they were so special that they would not use 800 numbers, nor redemption centers, while they would be notified of a particular website where they would give their personal information over the internet and then send him as Zim by mail, the actions of which may put him and his entire group in danger of not being able to participate in the RV. If this person was not presently under investigation, he should be. It was strongly advised not to give out your Zim, currency or personal information to anyone, including group leaders, banks, through websites or by mail, until official instructions on how to redeem exchange has been published by the powers that be. You do not have to be part of a group to redeem or exchange and could request the higher contract rates without anyone's help. The below websites have agreed to publish official notification and RV redemption exchange information when received and verified. Dinar Chronicles, www.dinarchronicles.com. Denari Recaps, www.dinarrecapsblogspot.com. Marked, www.twitch.tv. Marked Twitter, m.twitter.com. Bruce, thirdbigcall.net. TNT Tony, twitter.com. A. June 17th, 2019, 2:41 a.m. East. Notification instructions. Dinar Chronicles. Website update. Titles tie. Daily reminder for RV notification and instructions. 1. Do not send or give your currencies or Zim to anyone. 2. Each individual will be allowed to redeem. You do not need to be in a group. 3. Instructions will be published once the RV begins. 4. These instructions will be posted on the Dinar Chronicles Titles tie page and then on the main blog, www.dinarchronicles.com, titlestie.html. 5. You could also be notified of the publication via email at the link above. B. June 17th, 2019 Morning Coffee with Markets. www.twitch.tv www.twitch.tv web link. 1. Valhalla 00700 Fleming update from the 16th of June 2019. We know that there were people, groups, whales, SKRs being processed in Reno as we speak. They were being told that they would be liquid by tomorrow night, Monday, June 17th, or Tuesday morning, June 18th.
So, SKR. So what they're looking at, working with is a safekeeping receipt. So if you had gold sitting in a bank somewhere, they'd give you a safekeeping receipt. You should be able to use that safekeeping receipt to go and leverage it, create debt, right? So if they're going to be using SKRs, it would be for the purpose of creating debt. So you would then be borrowing off of your asset. So the question is, if they're giving you cash, you're supposed to get cash for this. Why are you now being forced into a debt situation? So one of the other things is that SKRs have stopped being used altogether in trading because of fraudulent activity. So no SKRs are now currently being used for these trading platforms and things of that nature. So, not that the banks can't issue an SKR, it's just being able to leverage it is severely difficult now. Continue.
2. People in Reno were being told they would be processed today, Monday, June 17th. The new U.S. Treasury was located on an Indian reservation near Reno, Nevada. 3. The window has started. It would be a shotgun start where everyone would go at once. 4. No one around the world has yet been made liquid. 5. They started moving people in Reno over the weekend. Everything was lined up. Everything was moving. The U.S. Treasury problems were solved. Nudge out. New U.S. Treasury Secretary Judy Shelton in. The Chinese were happy and the rollout was being executed. 6. Rumors running all over Reno were that 4A and SKRs got processed today, Monday, June 17th. 800 numbers could be released later today, Monday, June 17th, and we would be in the banks tomorrow, Tuesday, June 18th. 7. We don't have the specific time of release. 8. President Trump was expected to make a big announcement tomorrow, June 18th, with bigger announcements June 28th and July 4th. 9. The Chinese elders wanted everything completed by Tuesday, June 18th. 10. There were 4A people in Reno who were expecting to be processed throughout today, Monday, June 17th. 4B people in Reno were expecting to be processed tomorrow, Tuesday, June 18th, while all would be made liquid tomorrow, Tuesday, June 18th. 11. Informing Junior, we know that certain things took place in Reno from Wednesday, June 19th of last week. There were new people in place. Judy Shelton was the lady in charge. Today, Monday, June 17th, was determined to be a hard value day. There was a lot going on today to get this finished. 12. Yesterday, Sun. June 16th, it was announced that the Deutsche Bank was deep in derivatives. That should start the crash of the stock market. 13. According to Fulford, Pentagon sources said a Deutsche Bank implosion should lead to collapse of fiat currency and launch of the quantum financial system, QFS. 14. Don't let your currency or SIM out of your sight. Use common sense. 15. Redemption centers would be open from 7 a.m. to 11 p.m. 800 numbers would function 24/7. 16. Redemption center personnel reported to work and were placed on high alert early this Monday, June 17th. 17. The 800 numbers would be out for 10 days for the purpose of making appointments. 18. Appointments could be made for the next 2-3 weeks. C. June 17th, 2019, 2:41 a.m. East Intel Alert. Operation Disclosure, GCR, RVE Intel Alert for June 17th, 2019. Operation Disclosure, disclaimer. The following is an overview of the current situation of the world based on intelligence received from several sources which may or may not be accurate or truthful. 1. Several cabal-influenced nations such as Israel, Mexico, Venezuela and others continued to refuse GCR compliance, which was impeding the transition. 2. Recent developments revealed that the major financial hub of Hong Kong was one of those nations, as it was important for the cabal to maintain control there. www.reuters.com. 3. All of these nations were being actively liberated by the alliance and the plan to dismantle the fiat financial system was progressing. 4. Recent events relating to Iran in the Strait of Hormuz was part of the plan to dismantle the fiat financial system. Iran was looking to release a new currency that was rumored to be connected to the quantum financial system. Foreignpolicy.com. 5. The gold needed to settle debt of the United States of America, Incorporated was acquired during President Trump's recent visit to Japan. 6. The settlement of US debt was required for the restoration of the Republic of the United States of America. 7. The restoration of the Republic was part of GCR compliance. 8. President Trump's visit to the UK and meeting with the Queen was also a significant event as wealth transfer documents relating to the GCR were signed behind closed doors. 9. Sources are currently expecting the private redemption event, to begin with a revaluation of the Iraqi dinar, IQD. The IQD was expected to be the first basket currency, among others, VND, ZIM, etc., to revalue. 10. The IMF was expected to announce the revaluation of the Iraqi dinar. The Vietnamese dong, VND, was expected to revalue secondly, while redemption of Zimbabwe historical bond notes, ZIM, was expected to occur afterwards. 11. All redeemers would be systematically rehydrated in funds as each basket currency revalued one after the other. 12. Redemption funds would be withheld until the cabal was completely eradicated, while a portion of your redemption funds would be given to you, which would be enough to survive the transition. 13. All redeemers.
They'll be giving you enough to survive the transition. They're not giving you the money. Right? No matter what they do, they will never give you the money. Even if they need to pull this off by saying, "Oh, here we're doing the GCR, just go along with it. We'll give you some of your money right now. The rest will come later." Why? Well, if they have all the money, why not give you all your money? Why are they restricting how much money you have to go do what you want? Whose money is it? Is everyone just going to go along and agree? Well, we have to have some money. We got to take it, right? So that's where they're at. So going down this road. They're going to give you an SKR, and they're going to only allow you a little bit of leverage on it. Keep in mind, SKRs are only good for 30 days.
Redeemers would be compensated with high interest. 14. Once the cabal was completely eradicated, redeemers would be given the freedom to begin healing the world. D. June 17, 2019 to 27 a.m. East. President Trump's big announcement. Sierra President Trump. A very big announcement by Sierra and Z. 1. President Trump made this speech on 14th June, his birthday, where he refers to a very big announcement that will take place over the next 2 weeks. It will take place over the next 2 weeks. That will be a very big announcement. Nobody knows what it is. It's going to be a big surprise, but it's going to be a very pleasant one. Mobile.twitter.com. 2. Fans are speculating about the meaning behind President Trump's gold tie. It is most unusual. He usually wears red or blue ties. Maybe he is hinting at gold standard presses. It was his birthday, after all. 3. I doubt that his big announcement refers to Diplos. That event could not be described as a very pleasant one. It is more likely to do with the economy, or even possibly the revelation that JFK Jr. is alive. 4. President Trump also tweeted this week, "Enjoy the show." Q followers know this to be a favorite Q expression and are speculating that President Trump is telegraphing the start of big stuff. 5. Here is a video by Simon Parks. He discusses possibilities regarding 4th July, including JFK Jr. and an engineered financial incident brought on by the good guys. Watch from 9 minutes 20 seconds. www.youtube.com. June 17, 2019. The Fulford Report. Benjamin Fulford. Zionist meltdown as Oman tanker stunt fails to manipulate oil futures markets. 1. The meltdown of the Zionist control grid is now public, as even the corporate mainstream propaganda media is reporting the attacks last week on tankers near Oman as false flag. The situation has reached the point that former U.S. colonies like Germany and Japan are openly and publicly defying the U.S. President and Secretary of State on this issue. This surreal turn of events is comparable to the fall of communism and the Soviet Union. 2. In this case, we are witnessing the fall of the U.S. corporate government and, possibly, the rebirth of the Republic of the United States of America. In fact, we may even be witnessing the fall from power of the secret family groupings hiding behind monotheism. 3. The 13 bloodlines who have controlled monotheism are, in fact, negotiating a new system for running the planet, according to European royals and members of the White Dragon Society, WDS. If these negotiations succeed, it will be the biggest event in thousands of years of human history. If they fail, there will be chaos and bloodshed, especially among the elite, anti-bloodline Gnostic Illuminati, sources say. 4.
So they want to renegotiate God. Religion. This is part of the cabal plan, a one world religion. This is why they've already set up, the council for the one world religion, and all of the leaders meet in the pyramid structure just under the eye, right, for a new one world religion. So they're renegotiating God. It's amazing how they have that power.
The age-old bloodline tactic of divide and conquer fear-mongering is no longer working. The attempts by the ruling elite families to keep power by murdering people are also failing. The probable murders of New York Deputy Police Chief Stephen Silks, veteran Detective Joe Calabrese, and former Arkansas State Senator Linda Collins Smith failed miserably to stop ongoing investigations of elite pedophilia. Beforeitsnews.com. 5. The Justice Department responded to these attempts with the June 11th announcement of the arrest of 1,700 suspected child predators. www.justice.gov. 6. The Zionists are also about to lose financial control. Pentagon sources say a Deutsche Bank implosion should lead to the collapse of fiat currency and the launch of the quantum financial system, QFS. 7. The people behind the QFS are negotiating now with the White Dragon Society for the creation of a future planning agency and the start of a massive campaign to save the planet, WDS and British royal family sources say. However, no announcement is likely before autumn, the sources say. This is because changing the world without a world war takes time. 8. In the meantime, we shall see if the US corporate government finally goes bankrupt over the summer. This will be seen in public as another US government shutdown. However, this time it may lead, as many US patriots hope, to a formal announcement of the rebirth of the Republic of the United States of America on the 4th of July this year. F. June 17, 2019, 12:45 a.m. East Text 22 Report Episode 1894. Economic Reset Plan is working, moving to event phase. G. June 14, 2019. The GCR is underway. Video. The global currency reset is underway now. H. June 17, 2019. Julian Assange coming to US in time to testify at Gitmo tribunals. Iraflight.com.
There we go. So again, where the GCR has already happened. I don't know if you caught that. For me, it's Wednesday, so Tuesday obviously is everything had to be completed by Tuesday, so it's already done. And of course, they're announcing just SARA. What happened in the SARA? The only one that there actually is legislation on, and the aspect of resetting the world and everything is all ready to proceed. But the biggest thing that they're presenting is if there is any money to come out of this, they're not going to give it to you. They're going to actually withhold it until 3 to 6 months. 3 to 6 months, and then another 3 to 6 months. And then eventually they'll get down to tomorrow. We can't, actually release these funds for this reason or that reason. You signed your NDA, but you told your spouse. You told someone, oh, look, we have you said it in a text. You did it in an email. You said it on the phone. Oh, I'm sorry, but you broke the NDA. Whatever the reason that they'll come up with not to give you the funds. If this is allowed to proceed, then this is something that would end up being the start of where they actually seize complete control. Remove cash from the system. Give everybody their allowance. Right, here's the beginning of the allowance. Right, I mean, after all, you're going to have money, so aren't you going to put other people on allowances around you? So everyone's now on an allowance. Oh, by the way, you just tie it into this payment system, cryptocurrency. They'll use a system that allows them to control everybody, right? And they'll just start feeding out a little bit at a time, and then you'll end up not being able to perform your projects. You can't do all these amazing things because you're waiting for your money still. You're on an allowance. So it did say that Mnuchin is gone again, right? So anyway, we have it's interesting to see that we have the same things repeated again and again. All right. Well, anyway, that's let's go to our chat and see if there's any questions about what's going on. I did post the link in wwg1wga.love Telegram group. Where we go one, we go all.love. Okay. Let's share my screen now. Slide up here to the top. Okay. Thomas said to pay taxes but can't. We see that double bookkeeping of the governments we elect. We're on top chat again. Let me go to live chat, see if I can get a little more background on that. There we go. No, not much. It's the same thing. All right, I'm going to go ahead and increase the size of this. So we can zoom in and get some bigger text going. All right. Do you mean Trump owes taxes? I didn't hear it. I don't know about that either. I doubt that Trump owes any taxes. I mean, more than he's paid. Yes, he's been fired like 3 times now. Yes, Mnuchin. Yes, Mnuchin has been fired at least 3 times. But he's still there. Okay. Yes, Kathy, it's always tomorrow. Always tomorrow. Everyone's been trained to accept tomorrow, right? Tomorrow you'll get more money. Did anyone, Diana saying, did anyone see a video a couple years ago on John X Army channel where Soros was talking about making it look like they were giving money, but going to take it all back. That's just a little, yeah. So I think this is they like to present the opposite, right? They project the opposite, a mirror image of what they're actually doing. So we're going to give you money. Well, first of all, if you had purchased something and exchanged it for more money, isn't that your money? How are they giving you more money, right? So it's their attitude. Here's the cows. We're going to give them more grain to eat, more corn, more feed, more water, more roaming lands to graze. But they can take it back at any time. Okay, let's go in here. Jumped up again. I don't know exactly what we saw about the Hound Dog Belt. The road China will control over ports infrastructure. Not exactly certain what that's about. Yeah, China has been buying up ports. And remember, they got both ends of the Panama Canal, giving them control over access to the Panama Canal. I mean, why would that ever be allowed? I mean, that's insane, actually. All right. Well, that's we've got to the bottom. So, all right. So, if anyone is interested in coming on and discussing things, please do. Again, it's been posted in the Telegram group. Yeah, we're about 50 minutes from now. We'll do a Dank live with Tank, and we'll continue on with our discussion about, in this case, GCR the Big Lie. And I still have my my Chinese partners wanting to show me historical um, assets, basically historical bonds. We'll just call them that they want to take to trade, right? And they're wondering, how, let's get this moving. And this is always the same story. This stuff has already been redeemed, and everything's been registered to the trust. So everything that's done outside of that, including what the cabal is doing with the banking system as it is, they're not following their own rules, the own system that has been set up. Now it's all completely, all the assets been removed. Rothschilds are selling off assets for cash, right? Because they need cash. Why do Rothschilds need cash? Can't they just print some more? After all, they even own the Delarue printing press, right? So what is it that they know that no one else knows? Right? Isn't it their hallmark, like in the Battle of Waterloo, that they knew who won? They pretended that Britain lost against the French in the Battle of Waterloo, and then drove all the prices down on all the stock, and then bought up everything pennies on the dollar because they knew what was going on. So they know what's going on. They're selling asset right now. Anything they have their name on that they can now sell and get cash. What are they doing? Why would they be doing that now? Right? Why are they trying to take cash out by selling off their assets? It's very, very peculiar. They need to keep their lifestyle up. They need to keep their wine bar tab paid. I don't know exactly why. What they're doing. Is it to pay mercenaries? What is it that they're doing? Is it to launch the GCR with just a little bit of money? Is this what we're left with? Is they have just this little bit of money, and we're going to pretend that we've performed the GCR, and now you get a little bit, and you get a little bit, and you get a little bit, and you get a little bit. In any case, there's something definitely wrong with that situation. So I think we need to recognize it and focus on where we're going. The turmoil that's happening with the removal of the Secretary of Defense, obviously, things were not moving forward, but now maybe they will with the trust and Kim. Hopefully, this change will cause something to happen. And 4th of July is just around the corner, a couple weeks to go. I did think that there was going to be this would be an important 4th of July and some important things to note. I think that they created some sort of deal when Trump was in England with all guns brought to bear, right? He had Barr ready to go with being able to declass anything he wanted. So they would basically, bring out that information that Britain was basically trying to unseat Trump before he was elected and after. That they were responsible in spying on Americans, and that they treat America as their colony still. That he made some deal to basically, literally settle everything off, and where it actually would be independent. So this 4th of July would really be Independence Day, but not because of the GCR, but because of what Trump did. All right. I think that's it for the moment. I'll be back in about 45 minutes with Dank, and we'll do Dank Live. Please subscribe. Please participate. Join me in WWG1, WGA.love website. Please participate with a monthly subscription of $1.11. Just think if I got 1,000 people doing that, that would actually pay for all of the websites and everything else that I'm involved with. Doing this stuff, everything has in another fell swoop. There were some videos that were being monetized, and then yesterday they all became unmonetized. So someone's going through and flipping a switch and turning them all off. That's just the way it is. The channel is demonetized. I do obviously have sales of mugs and T-shirts and everything. That information is down below. Also, you might even see some of the items pop up. You get a mug with the Dank logo on it, or the Where We Go When We Go All.Love logo on it. Even Kringle Society gear. So all that is in the description down below. If you'd like to, help and get a mug and help fund the things that I'm doing here, please participate. All that helps. So anyway, I'll see you all in about 45 minutes.